Chapter 31. And Moses went and spake these words unto all Israel. And he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also the Lord hath said unto me, Thou shalt not go over this Jordan. The Lord thy God, he will go over before thee, and he will destroy these nations from before thee, and thou shalt possess them, and Joshua he shall go over before thee, as the Lord hath said. And the Lord shall do unto them as he did to Sihon and to Og, king of the Amorites, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses called unto Joshua, and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, Be strong and of a good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. And the Lord, he it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moses wrote this law, and delivered it unto the priests the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, At the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of the release, in the feast of tabernacles, when all Israel is come to appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and fear the Lord your God, and observe to do all the words of this law, and that their children which have not known anything may hear and learn to fear the Lord your God, as long as ye live in the land whither ye go over Jordan to possess it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thy days approach that thou must die. Call Joshua, and present yourselves in the tabernacle of the congregation, that I may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went, and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them. And I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, Are not these evils come upon us, because our God is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, then will they turn unto other gods and serve them, and provoke me and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it the children of Israel. And he gave Joshua the son of Nun a charge, and said, Be strong and of a good courage, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel into the land which I swear unto them, and I will be with thee. And it came to pass, when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book, until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, Take this book of the law, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, that it may be there for a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against the Lord. And how much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes, and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them. For I know that after my death you will utterly corrupt yourselves, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. And Moses spake in the ears of the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended. Here we see, pretty well summarized, is the situation that Moses and the Lord have faced with the children of Israel for 40 years. At the very beginning of the chapel, Moses is telling them to go over Jordan, be of good cheer, be of good courage. The God that has protected them and fed them and all the rest of this is going to go with them, and they will conquer everything. Yes, it's going to be a battle, but they're going to conquer. They'll come off the winners. And then the Lord, Moses announces he's 120 years old. He can't go out, can't come in. He's physically worn out. He spent 40 of the last 120 years leading the children of Israel. And it has been an unmitigated trial. These people have murmured at everything. They've been stiff-necked, hard-hearted, mean-spirited, petty, all kinds of things. And they don't seem to really be a whole lot better off than they were when they first came out of Egypt, despite the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. And then Moses is told to present himself with Joshua to the tabernacle. And the Lord appears, a pillar of cloud. And the Lord announces what these people are going to do. He knows the people. He knows their hearts. And even while they're making the covenant, they're rebelling. And he sees down the road now it's interesting. You have to understand this. This is not making it happen. God is simply announcing that as these people have hard hearts and stiff necks and are rebellious spirit, as that continues, he can see that they are going to have all of these curses come upon them. That doesn't make it happen. Telling them that you see it happen doesn't make them make the choice to make it happen. It's just looking like you can see somebody sliding down a hill on a toboggan and there's a tree at the bottom and they're headed right towards the tree. You can holler out, if you don't, get out of the way, get off, or you're going to hit the tree. That does not make them hit the tree. Staying on course to hit the tree makes them hit the tree. And these people are on course for disaster. Moses must have been very disheartened by this, but he still kept carrying on. Lord tells him, write this song. We have no idea what the song is. I'll see if I can find it someplace, but I don't think it's recorded anywhere. And then Joshua is ordained to be the leader to take them across the Jordan River, be the leader to help them fight, clear out the area so that they have the promised landing and start to do what needs to be done. And then Moses goes out to these people and he tells them what the Lord has told him. Now he's challenged them to be the very best they can be. He wants them to be the very best they can be. But they're having trouble. He says, basically, 29 I think, for I know that after my death ye will utterly corrupt yourselves and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. Now what Moses is trying to tell them here is that even while they're making the covenant, they're rebelling. They're saying in their heart, you know, this doesn't apply to me. I can do what I want. This old geezer Moses is going to die and kick off. And as soon as we get in the promised land, we can do what we want. And they're forgetting something. The Lord's in the equation. They wouldn't be at the verge of the promised land if it wasn't for God. And they aren't going to get to stay there if it isn't for Him and the conditions under which they get to go in. Now, was it worth it? Well, it was certainly worth it to Moses, even though he had the challenge, because the thing you need to understand is Moses grew by this, carrying this load. He became much more Christ-like. He was actually a savior to these people. That was worth the growth.